Bueno, gente, hola, ¿qué tal estáis? Aquí estamos en Metal Gear Solid 2 y vamos a continuar esta aventura con Solid Snake. Bueno, dijimos que tenemos que romper esto con el socos, ¿no? Así que vamos a romperlo porque hay infrarrojos, ¿vale? Vale, aquí arriba hay otra. Tenemos que desactivarlo como sea. Todo esto ya os digo, me lo sé de memoria porque he jugado mucho el juego. Hace ya mucho tiempo que jugaba y bueno, y me acuerdo perfectamente, pues yo tengo buena memoria. Bueno, ahora viene lo bueno, gente. Ahora viene la acción, y es que es lo que me gusta a mí de este juego. Pero bueno, hoy seguramente acabaremos el barco, la parte del barco, y luego saldrá Raiden, ¿vale?
All non-essential personnel report to the hold in 10 minutes time for the scheduled briefing session with the commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Le están dando órdenes a los marines de que se pongan en su posición. Están con el res, con el Metal Gear Res, con el robot. Bueno, cuidado que me ve este hombre, ¿eh? ¿En serio? Hostia, esto yo no lo sabía, gente, ¿eh? ¿Se habrá dado cuenta de que estoy aquí?
Who's there? Don't sneak up on me like that.
Se ha caído el tubo, chavales. Madre mía. Y no se ha dado cuenta, ¿eh? Y encima es que han venido dos hombres aquí. Bueno, bueno.
Nah, it was just my imagination playing tricks on me.
No, no es tu imaginación, amigo. Sorpresa. Me cantó a la cabeza. La vamos a liar parda, gente. Vamos allá. Asoma la colita. Sí me gusta. Esta es la parte que me gusta porque aquí viene el tiroteo. Voy a tirar una bomba por aquí. A ver si me sale. La he tirado mal. Vale, no se puede porque rebota en la pared. Mal asunto. Venga, vamos con la soco. Está pillando recargando. Eso es lo malo. Vale, perfecto. Vamos a coger munición por si acaso. Y avanzamos, ¿eh? Tenemos que avanzar. Porque si no, la llevamos mal. Me queda uno, ¿eh? Solo me quedan dos. Vale. Balas de sobra. Bueno, gente, esto... Ya parece que no vienen más, ¿no? Vale. Esto lo podéis hacer sin hacer ruido. Y lo podéis hacer así también. A mí me gusta hacerlo así, pues yo lo he hecho así. Vale, vamos allá. Nos estamos adentrando donde guardan al res. Tenemos que encontrarlo. Fijaos qué guapo la forma de caminar que tiene Snake. Cómo se ve el láser, tío. Qué guapo. Vale, atención aquí, que por aquí puede haber soldados, ¿vale? Vale, la USP la tenemos llena. Cinemática.
Colonel, we have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control. Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the halls have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the halls until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir. Who goes there?
Pues aquí tenemos juerga, ¿eh? Vamos allá. Tengo que tener cuidado porque hay uno que va a tirar bombas, ¿eh? Venga, vamos, vamos, vamos. De ratio vamos perfecto, ¿eh? Y sobre todo había aquí uno. No, no me quiero agachar. Vale, quería llegar hasta aquí. Vale, genial. Vamos. Qué guapo, esta parte es la que más me gusta, tío. A ver, estáis viendo el de la bomba. Me tiro una bomba. Tengo que esquivarla. Ese es el que tengo que matar, ¿eh? Cuando mate a ese se acaba todo. Vamos a ver. Vale, esquivo la bomba, perfecto. Venga, vamos, vamos, vamos. Este tengo que disparar en la cabeza, ¿eh? Vale, lo he matado. El de la bomba está muerto. Me quedan muy pocas balas, tengo que ir a por balas. Vamos allá, rápido, rápido. No quedan, tío. Tienen que salir, ¿eh? Porque no me quedan. No, pues resulta que tengo que gastar estas, vale. Aquí está. Perfecto, 30 balas, sí señor. A ver cómo vienen tú. Vale, ya está, se acabó. Increíble.
Who goes there? Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses.
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear.
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake. Let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into US military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
Vale, gente. Mirar todos los soldados que hay ahí, ¿eh? Uf, qué barbaridad. Son marines, gente. Vale, vamos a bajar por aquí. Mucho cuidado, ¿eh? Porque si estornuda Snake, no creo que estornude porque no ha estado en la calle. Pues sale, pues, o sea, se darían la vuelta a todos, ¿no? Vale, vamos a ver. Vamos a coger esta arma. Vale, ese está dormido, perfecto. Podemos avanzar. Esto tenemos que hacerlo antes de la conversación, ¿eh?
Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray.
Ya estoy viendo que hay tiempo, quedan 6 minutos, así que mucho cuidado, ¿eh?
The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and We, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its
Vale, balas de la M9.
Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy
Aquí hay que andar con ojo, muy despacio. Vale, duérmete.
Interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, General.
Tenemos que hacerle fotos a Red. Ahora nos lo dirá Otacon, ¿vale?
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
Esto es jodido, ¿eh? Ahora, esto se da la vuelta.
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor
Se mueven, ¿eh? Hay que tener cuidado.
to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed.
A ver cómo hacemos esto. Por aquí agachados, ¿eh? No nos queda otra.
And it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war.
Ahora puedo aprovechar, ahora que se han dado la vuelta.
As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Vale, perfecto. Si duermo a ese, mejor. Ya puedo avanzar tranquilamente.
You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Left.
Buah. Izquierda y derecha, están diciendo, ¿no?
Right.
¿Veis cómo miran? Derecha e izquierda.
Left.
Buah, pues tengo que hacerlo rápido, ¿eh? Perfecto.
Right.
Madre mía, esto es chungo, hay que tener mucho cuidado, ¿eh? Lo estamos haciendo bien.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Ahí está Metal Gear Solid Res.
Metal Gear.
Vale, vamos a ver cómo hacemos esto.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious.
Tengo que hacer fotos, ¿eh? Con la cámara.
It can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline.
Yo le dispararía al coronel, pero no puedo hacerlo, porque se darían cuenta, ¿no? Vamos a dormir a estos que hay aquí, que es lo más importante, lo de las cámaras, ¿no?
It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. I have a daughter,
Venga,
and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know.
Vale, vamos a echar una foto aquí, en los marines, donde pone marines, ahí está.
Good.
I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to
Aquí hay que tener
old
cuidado
age.
que hay un soldado, madre mía. Aquí me pueden ver perfectamente, ¿eh?
This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we've
Ahí está el
never
soldado.
had
O sea,
before.
me está complicando la vida, ¿eh? Ese soldado necesito eliminarlo.
George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads.
A ver si viene para acá. Vale, perfecto.
But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the
Vamos bien de tiempo, gente. 2 minutos
taken
47.
against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability.
Tenemos que echar una foto ahora así, en medio, ¿vale? Creo que eran 4 fotos lo que teníamos que sacar. Esta está perfecta, vale.
Means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here
Vale,
today to
duérmete,
flush out and rid
pero
our
ya.
country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
Good.
Bien, esa también está bien. Y aquí otra.
Let's stretch those neck muscles again.
Yo creo que las tengo todas ya, ¿eh?
Right.
Pero por si acaso, le he hecho una foto a esta también.
Down. Front. Left.
Joder, qué cabrones, tío. Claro, ahora se giran derecha, izquierda, y ¿ahora qué hago? Pues tengo que esperar a que pase esto.
Down. Front. Down.
Me la juego.
Front.
Dos minutos, o sea, de tiempo de sobra, ¿eh?
Getting back to the topic at hand.
Me está saliendo perfecto, gente.
The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence.
Good.
Ya está, vamos allá.
The endless arms race of that last
Ya tenemos todas las fotos, gente. Vamos a ver lo que nos dice Otacon, a ver si lo hemos hecho bien. Ahora nos irá diciendo si la hemos hecho bien las fotos o la hemos hecho mal, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa aquí, tío? Vale, ahora.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? The first image is... This is great! The Marines lettering shows up really well. Okay, what am I seeing now? We only need one good shot of the lettering.
Dice que solo era una, vale.
And the next one is... We only need one good shot of the lettering. The next image is... Okay, this works. It's a great front view. What's next? You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. Okay, last one's coming up. Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag.
Y la parte derecha también está bien, vale, genial.
Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now.
Vale, ahora en una cinemática sí que me callo, gente, ¿vale?
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Raiden. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do, steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Kurlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War. Metal Gear only has room for one! Kurlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's arm.
proceeding as planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's newsflash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Bueno, la parte del barco ya está hecho. ¿Habéis visto Liquid, gente, con el brazo? O sea, Ocelot con el brazo de Liquid. Es increíble. Y entonces, pues, Liquid, en verdad. Vale, vamos a guardar la partida. Y ahora viene la parte de Raiden. Ya hemos acabado la de Snake. Mal rollo, ¿no? Porque me gusta a mí Snake, pero bueno, es lo que hay. Ahora tenemos que jugar con Raiden. Así que saldrá una cinemática, ¿vale? Así me callo. Vamos a escucharla.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then in that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEALs Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Also, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The President?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the President and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Vale. Vamos a ver lo que hay debajo del agua. Como estáis viendo, pues estoy con Raiden. Me hubiera gustado que hubiera durado más con Snake, pero bueno, es lo que hay. Esto es así.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster.
Change your heading with the left stick. Up will take you up, down takes you lower. Left and right to face those directions.
The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
A ver, porque no me acuerdo, gente. Tengo que bucear. Vale, por aquí tiene que haber algo, ¿eh? A ver. Es que este es chungo, ¿eh? Al principio es chungo, pero luego cuando le cogéis el manejo, pues sería muy fácil, ¿no? Un ration, perfecto. Me vienen bien los rations, la verdad. Habéis visto que hace cosas diferentes a Snake, ¿no? Pega portaletas diferentes, ¿no? Vale, pues por aquí no se nos ha perdido nada. Así que seguimos avanzando, gente. Ya cuando me pase Metal Gear Solid 2 subiré otra cosa, ¿vale? De Snake tales. No, yo creo que a lo mejor no lo conoceréis vosotros, pero eso sale en Metal Gear Substance. Y lo voy a hacer, ¿vale? Como mola, ¿eh? Cómo se tira de cabeza. Vamos a ver, ¿qué tenemos aquí en las taquillas? Ratio. Y solamente un ratio, vale. Aquí. Vale, aquí no hay nada.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gorlukovich man.
Gorlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Resulta que aquí pasaron 2 años, ¿vale? Y bueno, Snake está por aquí.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high, should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Vale, es que, disculpadme gente, pero es que las cinemáticas son, vamos, no paran de hablar por el codec. Otra vez, venga, es que tengo que escucharlo otra vez.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system.
The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Vale, esta gente se va a levantar, así que hay que tener mucho cuidado, ¿eh? Estos soldados que estáis viendo aquí los ha dejado inconscientes Snake, ¿vale? Vale, vamos a ver. Vale, aquí ponéis lo que queráis, ¿vale, gente? Y ya está. Ponéis un nombre o tal, lo que queráis. Y le damos a Enter. Podéis poner también Spanish, si queréis, ¿no? Y OK, perfecto. Y ya está. Esto es solamente para detectar a los enemigos en el radar, en cada zona, ¿vale? Para que salga el radar.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission,
Could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Se están despertando ya. Vale, pues vamos, hay que hacerlo rápido, ¿eh? Esto tenemos que hacerlo rápido. Bueno, se están levantando ya. O sea, flipa.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
No debería de esconderme, los voy a matar, ¿eh? No me queda otra. Hay que hacerlo rápido, ¿eh? Vamos, rápido, rápido. Uf, eso es lo malo, ¿eh? Esto es lo malo, la alerta. No sé si me matarán todavía. Espérate. Tenía que haberle hecho caso al coronel, ¿no? Me tenía que haber escondido. Pero es que yo no soy de esconderme. Yo quería hacerles cuerpo a cuerpo. Vale, vamos a recuperar la vida un poquito, ¿vale? Que me han jodido la vida, pero bueno. Este se va a levantar, ¿eh? Vale, vamos a dejarlo ahí y subimos para arriba. Hala. Snake. Bueno, Snake ya habéis visto antes que ha subido por aquí.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the President?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Todo el Big Sack es grandísimo, ¿eh? Bueno, gente, pues lo vamos a ir dejando por aquí, ¿vale? Ya sé que se me ha hecho un poco largo. ¡Ay! No me acordaba de esto. Las cagadas de las palomas y se resbala el Raiden, ¿no? Qué bueno, tío. Bueno, pues nada. Lo voy a dejar aquí. Y, bueno, disculpad un momento. Voy a hacer una cosa antes de despedirme del vídeo. Vais a ver lo que hace Raiden. Es que está muy guapo. Lo habéis visto, ¿no? Pero vaya caída que tiene eso. Bueno, gente, pues nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. Y muchas gracias por estar aquí. Hasta la próxima.